aka Indigo Sky, aka y'all already know who it is. Trigger Ranker Man, the Trigger Man himself. I want y'all to like, subscribe, share, definitely hit notification bell. Um, shit. Let's do it. I don't know. We gotta find something to watch right quick though. Cause hold on. Let me see one thing. We checking out O'Shea Duke Jackson. Y'all check it channel out. O'Shea Duke Jackson.
Want to know what your Pokemon cards and your sports cards are worth? Download the fanaticz app. Simply just take.
Yeah, I had to get out there.
On March 15th, 2026, Michael B. Jordan would win his first Oscar award for the movie Sinners. And of course, the first thing that people started to think about was, did Lori Harvey fumble the bag?
She definitely fumbled that bag.
In 2022, Lori Harvey allegedly is the one that forced the breakup with Michael B. Jordan. He was still an A-list actor at that time, but he was not the A-list actor and producer and director that he is now. And so people were looking at this, especially women, as some sign of power or leverage, the fact that she could leave Michael B. Jordan. And that's the whole sort of get up there. So in the last 4 years, his value has really compounded in the positive direction. And Lori Harvey has kind of stayed exactly where she is. And then now the rumor is that Lori Harvey reached out to Michael B. Jordan to congratulate him on his win for Sinners, and she was ignored by him. And so it caused this reaction to come out.
They always come back around, so when you're doing good, she's gonna try to come back in on the action. That's when it's up to you to tell her, you worked hard to get yourself out of that dark place. Don't let some disrespected you in the past and did you filthy come back in your life. She's a answer. If she did it once, she's gonna do it again. Take your success, take the high road, make that and tell her to get the your life. Spin the other way.
Now, this is important, right? Because we can relay this to us. What would you do if your ex broke up with you? You started doing very well a few years after, and then she hit you up or messaged you to congratulate you on some success that you had. What would you do?
Okay, step number one is don't respond immediately. Okay, I want you to wait. Now, why is this so important? Because responding instantly sends a signal to your ex that you have been waiting around, that you're eager, and you're far too available. Now, if you wait and you take it easy, it shows confidence, emotional control, independence, and other attractive, positive, strong qualities.
So this was some pretty good advice. Like, if a woman is reaching out to you after you've broken up, what steps do you take? And most men, we go through this after a relationship. Then there was some other stuff.
Reason number one, they're trying to keep you in the friend zone or backup mode. They still want to see if there are better options for them out there, but they don't want to lose you. So they text you to kind of keep a friendly relationship so that if they change their mind about the breakup, they can come back and get you. Do not fall for this. Never accept friendship from your ex.
Okay, this is important because is Lori Harvey messaging Michael B. Jordan because she wants to put him into the friend zone? Well, he hasn't contacted her for a long time, and that's the reason why she's doing so. Or,
number two, you went no contact after the breakup, and they're starting to get curious about you, and they're starting to worry that they might actually be losing you. Number three is that they're breadcrumbing you, and they're trying to bait you into chasing them. Stay in no contact.
Now this is interesting because breadcrumbing is a tactic where Somebody engages you just enough, gives you just enough attention to make you believe that something's gonna happen, and then they kind of basically just go by the wayside. I kind of want to get to the idea of you compounding. As a man. A woman didn't understand where you were going.
I nigga say that bitch look like a breadcrumb. God damn, not a breadcrumb.
You
That's
did
crazy.
much better. You grew much better than what she anticipated. And let's say, for an example, she does reach out to you. Should you be mean? Should you ignore it? Should you tell her to F herself? What should you do? Well, let me talk about this. First of all, she
OG,
is
what up?
past, right?
Appreciate
And
that
a lot of
support,
times
man.
when you're successful as a man,
Salute.
especially if somebody has hurt your feelings, you're hurt about the reason why she left, you're upset as to why she left, I think it's quite natural to feel slighted. It's quite
Hey. Sometimes people be leaving the best thing that be for them. Or they don't stay long enough to let, things manifest in a relationship to where you never know. The person you leave, they might blow up and be the next big thing. You never know. Or just be the best person for you out loud.
natural to feel upset. It's quite natural to feel
I leave, my nigga.
used. But you're winning now, family. You are winning now. You're no longer the same guy that she left. And that's the one thing that you got to understand. She's hitting you up because you have the leverage, and you shouldn't give her any leverage at all. You just shouldn't. Unfortunately, you don't owe her anything. You're not the same guy that she left, and you don't really need to be upset with her or to be mad at her. And the reason why is because if you're like Michael B. Jordan, right? If he hits Lori Harvey,
Hey, the bitch hit me back, I just ignore the hoe. Don't even respond back to the message.
back like, F you, or that's what you get, or
Yeah, just don't say
animosity.
nothing.
If he has any kind of animosity
See,
towards
silence is better than words sometimes.
her, it's not worth it. In fact, he had to not have any animosity towards her to get to the next level. He had to not be concerned with her because she just wasn't that important. Lori Harvey wasn't that important, and that's important to him. On the grand scale of things, she wasn't somebody that he couldn't get or he could not replace. If she reached out to him at all,
Yeah,
it was a
bitch, you replaceable. Like, see, some of these chicks, they be trying to act like they shit don't stink, and it's like, bitch, it's a billion female, 2 billion females out here. Like, bro, ain't nobody like. I'm not impressed, and I'm not pressed. You
admission of
will
guilt.
not be pressured. Ain't no pressure over here, bitch.
That listen, I'm glad that you did good. Congratulations. It could be just that. But Lori Harvey knows that Michael B. Jordan is above her level. She could never go back to him. And the reason why we know that is because she hasn't gotten anybody else on the level of Michael B. Jordan. When these women make the wrong decisions, guys, you got to understand that it's not personal. Women make wrong decisions all the time, okay? Just like me. So women make wrong decisions about you. They make wrong decisions about themselves. They make wrong decisions about the shoes they buy, about whatever. Women just make bad decisions. Men make bad decisions. And it's not personal why somebody made bad decisions. We see it all the time in sports. Why didn't this team draft this player, but they took this player instead? Why? It's a bad decision. And what you got to understand is you can't take it personal. She wanted to break up with you at the time. She felt that she deserved more. She goes to find out that she didn't deserve more. And yes, it happened to you. And it is personal because it happened to you. But she's been doing that probably all of her life with a person that she regrets. And it's
I've always wanted to be the type of person that makes homemade croissants, but you don't have the time or want to put in the effort. This recipe is for you.
Hey, what's up, guys?
you are her learning experience. And again, the chick that you're dealing with now, like, it's so much better than it was then. I think Michael B. Jordan, the last 4 years, has been able to deal with anybody, but he's not tripping. He's not wanting for nothing. He's not married. He don't want to get married. If he could get married, he could. He doesn't really care about that. And that's the attitude of a winner. He can do things on his own terms. He has leverage. If he wanted to get back with Lori Harvey or date somebody like her, there's nobody he couldn't have in the industry. He's a class And that's the most important thing. She made a mistake. She wronged him. Okay. Or at least we think. He dealt with it. He dealt with her shots. She's not doing as well as him. They're not on the same level anymore. And dissing her or making her feel even worse about her bad decision is not going to help him. Hey, let these ladies go out there and find somebody who will put up with them. Women find out all the time, man, that dudes will just not put up with their stuff at the level that they want the guy to be. They find this out all the time. Women find this out all the time. They find this out all the time, you know, and it's just one of those things that women gotta learn this just like anybody else. What you think that you may feel that you're worth in the market of men, in scouting men for where they're gonna be, you don't really know that. And then men gotta understand that's something that women just struggle with. And it doesn't mean that you gotta be sympathetic towards them. Continue living your life, continue growing, continue elevating, and leave them literally where you found them. It's easy, man. Like, as a man, you start developing, you start doing well, you start doing what you're supposed to do. Those people who doubted you, those people who didn't want nothing to do with you, they always circle back. Always circle back. And when they circle back, you do what you're supposed to do, which is giving them the cold shoulder. Okay? You can be nice. Hey, thank you so much. You know, I really appreciate you checking in with me.
What's up?
And,
What's up?
you know, and just do it moving. Like I said, I mean, you don't have to be rude to anybody. It's not, you know, you don't have to hate on somebody or to mistreat them because they, you know, it just didn't work out or whatever. Like you're better than that. You know, like I said, and just go on and just keep winning in your life, man. Just keep winning. And they know, like, the hurtful thing is when you're doing well, they know. People know when you're doing well, bro. Like, women know, you know, when you're doing your thing, you're hopping it, you're making money, you're balling, and they stuck somewhere with kids or a baby daddy that don't care about them, they know, okay? Everybody knows. They understand it.
I forget where you from. Where you from? I forget. I forgot because there'd be a lot of people on here from all over the world, man. So like, I forgot where you from. Where you from? Oh, yeah, the UK. Yeah. What part? What part though? London. Whatever. I don't know.
Family,
I don't really know.
like they know for a fact. Like, damn, I messed up with this dude, and there's no way I can get him back. I look completely stupid. I had this dude. I messed up with him. And this is what he became. They go to sleep thinking about that shit every day. That's pain enough. And make sure you give her every reason in the world to continue to feel that way. Make sure you keep living, keep doing you.
Hey, you from Newcastle? Hey, check this out. I'm from Oldcastle.
You are watching a master at work.
Keep being successful. Don't be mad. Get glad. So guys, we think it's your boy O'Shea Jackson back out again.
Hey, that's our boy O'Shea Duke Jackson. Y'all check him out. Boy moved to Africa and made it happen. Okay, hold on, y'all. Let me play the little joint. All right, y'all gonna do the other commercial. Y'all know we gotta go through all of this.
Here's a secret trick to create a music video using your face and voice. As your voice. And you that's
That's probably why they popped out. Epstein most disturbing home videos. Trap More Ross, y'all. Orientated by Trap Lord Ross. All right, Gabriel. See you tomorrow. Yeah, I'll probably be in here tomorrow when I get out of work.
In today's video, we're going to be taking another look at some of the most disturbing videos that are contained within the Epstein files and Jeffrey Epstein's emails, and basically just reacting to and just trying to gain some context from some of these kind of very bizarre and chilling videos that are contained. So the first video that I want to show you here, it's completely redacted. The only thing that you can see in the edge is a teddy bear that's visible in the frame. Now, we've seen in a few of these clips, teddy bears, kids' toys, what appeared to be children, that were redacted. In this one, we can't quite see who's there or who's around. But again, it just kind of hints towards some very creepy behavior and, more very disturbing stuff that was filmed and contained within Epstein's email. On the bed next to her. And again, it's not entirely clear on the bed next to her. And again, it's not entirely clear who this is. This isn't looking like, a very, very young person, but it could still be, of the age that, Jeffrey Epstein seemingly had a preference for. But it's very, very dark. And again, it's just more of these clips. Like, we're constantly seeing Epstein posting pictures of girls. He's had girls dancing in front of his desk. He's had, girls playing in the pool, all kinds of kids. And there's thousands, I think there's 3,000 or 4,000 just video files alone that were contained within this. And he clearly was filming a lot of activities that he had going on. Now, this little frame on the left, I don't know if that almost looks to me like it could actually be a bunk bed. A kid's bunk bed. And again, what we're seeing here, I don't know if this person is, using that tool on themselves or if it looks like they're hitting themselves with that paddle. But again, we can't really see too much that's going on. But this is just yet another of the kind of creepy little clips that Epstein had lurking on his phone. In this next video,
we're going to self-talk, man. Shit, I got some.
Let me put this in language even a corrupt politician can understand. Burt
I'm
Jones
gonna rock with
is a
y'all
stone.
I'm gonna rock with y'all to.
I'm gonna tell you how to handle your situation. It's the way you choose to handle it. People are speaking on it. People close to the situation, not close to the situation, and people around the situation knew about the situation before it landed on my doorstep. Really close to the situation. And speaking on it, Gil went and, as well as everybody else, and Gil let you guys know that this situation was old. Dude on the internet doing what he did. But I don't care.
Okay, so in today's video, we got to talk about King Martin, man. King Martin came out, checked Gilbert Arenas for trying to come out and make light of the situation and defend the staff member that he had checked live on Gil's Arena. We already did a couple of videos showing that live on the Gil's Arena show. I'm pretty sure most of you who are clicking on this video know what I'm talking about. I'll just play the clip in the background while I continue to do the rest of my commentary. So we got a couple of responses that I want to show you guys. Gilbert Arenas responded to it, and Gilbert Arenas was defending the staff member, saying that, hey, you know, this was a couple of years ago, but Kenyon Martin didn't know because it came across his desk a couple of weeks. So let's check out what Gilbert Arenas had to say. This is why Kenyon Martin came out and had to defend himself, saying he doesn't care what Gilbert is talking about. He don't care if it was 2 years ago or a couple of months ago, whatever the case may be. So let's check out what Gilbert Arenas had to say about the situation, man. Here's that clip right here.
I didn't know what to say. You can't tell a man how to respond, right? You know, that's one thing you can't do, you know, when they feel a certain way, right? You know, whatever actions you put, you know, if that person wants to respond, that person wants to respond. So, you know, there's just details in it where, you know, the video itself, where the guy was saying it, he wasn't actually working with us yet, with Gil's Arena. He was reading comments, and so this was a few years ago. So he was reading.
Oh, this is a recent.
Yeah,
this is recent.
It wasn't recent. It was pushed to Kenyon like it actually was recent, okay. But it wasn't a recent thing. He wasn't on the staff, and I guess he was like defending me in a sense. And he was reading comments and going off the comments, and then he said that about Kenyon.
Okay.
And then after the fact, he met Kenyon when he came and started working for the company and stuff like that, and him and Kenyon became good. So, you know, the people who held on to it, you know, been, you know, oh, we're gonna do this, we're gonna get it to Kenyon. And then, you know, I guess since it came, you know, to light, like, oh, we have the video. And then he tried to apologize to Kenyon. So but since Kenyon never seen it, he just thought, oh yeah, don't worry about it. Now, you know, he's seeing it, and you know, so now he thinks, oh yeah, I had you in my house, I had you in my family, my kids, you know. So it's one of those things where it's like, well, no, and it was before, and I had to check, you know, because you know my dad, you know, watches all that down below level content where they down there beefing.
I sent this video to Kenyon and Swaggy P a long time ago. I added them in the video.
Kenyon Martin is the only bright spot on the whole job. Kenyon Martin can't fucking talk straight. All that nigga, I just call him what he is. He can't even get a goddamn sentence out of us. That's a dumb man. So the dumb man come on the show.
You call Kenyon Martin the Dutta Man.
Okay, so that's what Gilbert Arenas said, man. Closely listen to what Gilbert is saying. He is kind of like calling Kenyon Martin out in a way, just saying like it was a time and a place. And Gilbert really feels that it was bad timing to do that on a show live in the studio. But he's not saying like, you know, Kenyon is wrong for how he feels. That's why he's saying, you know, you can't tell a man how to respond and stuff like that. But if you listen closely, Gilbert is trying to defend the situation, saying, hey, it was a couple of years ago. Kenyon Martin didn't let anybody know that he was going to do this. This is why everybody was shocked. I even said that in the first video I did covering this. I'm like, you can tell Kenyon Martin didn't let anybody know he was going to do this. And that's why everybody reacted the way that they did. So Kenyon Martin came out, responded back to Gilbert Arenas. This is what Kenyon Martin had to say, man. Let's check out this clip right here. And if you can, be sure to give this video a thumbs up. That really does help support my YouTube channel, and I really do appreciate that. Thank you.
Never ever sue the driver who crashed into you after a car accident. There's a better way to get compensated that's faster, easier.
Thank you.
What up, man? So, there's been people with speech impediments, people that don't have speech impediments, people from the National Association.
Yeah, that's not cool though, bro. That's like me picking at somebody that's chemically unbalanced. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like in the brain or whatever. Like that's not cool.
Stuttering, shout out to Heather for reaching out. A lot of people, different feedback, good, bad, or indifferent. But People have the audacity to try to tell me how I can handle situations that I'm in or that I've been put in, right? I don't tell you how to handle your situation. It's the way you choose to handle it. People are speaking on it. People close to the situation, people not close to the situation. And people around the situation knew about the situation before it landed on my doorstep. Really close to the situation. And speaking on it, Gil went and had his 2 cents about it, as well as everybody else. And Gil let you guys know that this situation was old. Dude on the internet doing what he did. But I don't care if it was old or not. Right? It doesn't matter. The simple fact is, it was done. Before he knew me, after he knew me. Before he came to my house, after he came to my house. It does not matter at all. And that's what y'all fail to realize. Right? It ain't, don't listen, man. No. Disrespect. You tease me for that, whether you knew me or not, I don't care. People trying to justify his actions. No. There's nothing to justify here. At all. But you all are entitled to your opinion, but you're not in this situation to tell me what I should or I should not do, or how I should or should not handle this situation. And another grown man, right, that had something ill to say about me. So you didn't come to my house when you moved to California. So this was already a thing. Right? You say you tried to apologize for it, and I didn't know of the situation, so blew it off, right? And if it was that important to you to get your message across, you've seen me every day for the last, 2 years? 4 days a week, 3 days a week, 2 days a week, whatever it's been, you had ample opportunity. Like, hey, bro, I just want, hey, man, you look at the situation, hey, I just want to, man, just make sure that you know that I'm sincerely sorry about this. But that's not the case. So, when it was brought to my attention, I addressed it. Cool, calm, and collected, right? Didn't raise my voice. And so I let one cuss word slip at the beginning, which was, didn't mean to, because I wanted to hit a certain way.
Oh.
You said what you said publicly, you want to apologize privately. It doesn't work. Not for me, it don't. Other people don't. I'm not going to do that, man. Like, no, bro, y'all can handle people in situations as y'all seem fit, right? And I will continue to do the same. That's just what it is, man. I don't care when he said it. I don't accept his apology. Because I am a grown man and I have that ability to do so. It's just what it is, man. So, appreciate all the attention for those platforms that picked it up and didn't take it down. I appreciate y'all for sharing it, for getting the message out there. Because there was a bigger message than me checking dude on air. Way bigger message than that. It's about respect. It's about standing for something, not falling for anything. It's about having drawn a line in the sand, man, and not deviating from it. Like a lot of you guys, people on this planet, wishy-washy, switch who you are and change it. Like, no, I'm not doing that. Because people don't deserve that, as they've proven. Or we wouldn't be here talking about this, right? So people don't deserve that. And time again, people continually to try to how I should handle it. I'm going to handle what I want to handle. All right? I didn't get physical, didn't raise my voice, none of the above. But I stand for no disrespect. That was disrespectful, him speaking of my speech impediment, whether he knew me or not. Disrespectful. So anybody that feel they need to do that, you will get addressed, man. Any other disrespect being with my name attached to it will get addressed. You lying on my name, will get addressed. That's just what it is, man. So, yeah, appreciate all the platforms that picked it up. Like I said, once again, and didn't take it down. A lot of comments, a lot of views, and went viral. Yeah, so shout out to those, man, that got the likes. Shout out to those that got the comments on it. But there's a much bigger picture, much bigger issue and situation than me checking him on air, right?
Yep.
Y'all enjoy y'all Thursday, man.
Yep.
I will do the same.
Okay, so that's what King Martin said, man. Shaq and Gilbert Arenas. And anybody who had an issue with what he did and how he handled it, he doesn't care if it was 2 days ago, 2 years ago, 4 months ago. He doesn't care.
Hey, that man said, hey, stop, don't speak on my name. Hold on, y'all. I'm playing my beat I made about 3 days ago online.
Trapaholics, real trap shit.
This is the real trap shit, that's the word.
Trapaholics, real trap shit.
Like the only person I would let freestyle on that, he ain't in here no more. Juice WRLD. Juice WRLD, the only person I let freestyle on that beat.
Trapaholics, real trap shit. Real trap shit. Trapaholics, real trap shit.
Have you ever wanted to learn an African language?
44 right now, and it's time to check in on the national stories that are making headlines. For that, Russ Mitchell joins us for what's happening now in America. Hi, Russ.
Hey, Betsy.
We are reacting to the WKYCC channel 13. That's what we're reacting to, y'all.
Good evening to you at home as well. A second Marine Special Unit is heading to the Middle East amid the war with Iran. Officials say about 2,200 Marines and 3 warships left California this week, joining another unit that is...
So they headed over there. They trying to take everything over.
Already on the way. Earlier today, President Trump spoke about the conflict and what he...
And the next set of leaders are mostly gone. And now nobody wants to be a leader over there anymore. We're having a hard time. We want to talk to them and there's nobody to talk to. We have nobody to talk to. And you know what? We like it that way.
30 13 U.S. service members have lost their lives in the war thus far.
13.
The Senate will stick around Washington for an uncommon weekend session as Republicans work to get the Save America Act passed. Key votes are expected tomorrow. Supporters say the bill is about election integrity and preventing non-citizens from voting.
We're going to Fantastic Hip Hop, y'all. Let's see what they have going on.
Now, before we get back into the Slop Man Slop album, I got to address something that is getting more serious. We are at a point where the Iceman is melting. The DoorDashers are not accepting orders, and with so much falling apart, this video is about to be very outrageous. And so just get ready, leave a like, and I need you to say, what the? Now when it comes to Drake! Wow. That was a good one. And so with that out of the way, if you are ready to see how after more pressure was added to the Iceman's White Man album, or whatever we are going to call this glorified piece of narrative slop, and right alongside that with a rap game that is moving like crazy again, and with more superstars starting to come back outside, well, the pressure is really up right now, and Drake and his little buddies are trying to do something that is supposed to save the rollout in the midst of so much new stuff. But while they are trying to restore fans' hopes, all they are showing us is more pathetic slop. Well, this is really about to be a good one. And if you think that Drake is looking like more of a scared clown than ever, leave a like. And if you think that Academics DoorDash today, leave a like. And if you think that Ice JJ Fish is a better rapper than Drake, leave a like. And get ready, we are powered up, which we're really going to need to get through the newest moment on the train of Iceman's White Man album, which now what has went down all happened yesterday on Wednesday, March 18th, when we were faced with more slop than ever. As well before this, as Drake's Iceman rollout reached an all-time low with the promises that it was coming and then the lies and then...
What's so important about deep sleep? A lot of people talk about how much time they need in bed. People say, hey, I slept 7 hours or 10 hours.
And then all of the excuses that they were scrambling around to make. With more pressure and backlash than ever, the circle that works around Lollipop Lawbery was trying to figure out how they were going to bait and drag on the fans next. What they came up with this time is absolutely hilarious, because what we apparently got is the Iceman cover art, or the cover art to something new that Drake is going to be dropping. And you know how we got it? It's even funnier and it's even more pathetic. All of Drake's friends who are about the same age as him, pushing 40 years old. These are a bunch of 40-year-old men who, instead of doing anything in a mature way, what all of these grown men did in a massive group, well, they decided to make a coordinated effort where, like a bunch of schoolgirls...
I don't know. This is too much right here, bro. This is too much.
Doing a challenge, they all changed their profile pictures so that they all matched and they all featured this image, which you can see right here on the screen. And with this, for the Drake sloppers, lie stoppers, and lawsuit lovers, they think this is a really big deal for them, because after the first group of Lawbery's losers did this, the second group of Lawbery's losers in the Stan Drake pages who try so desperately to be accepted into OVO followed in suit. And I mean, even though the ultimate reward for these guys who give up their life to Drake is hanging out with Smiley, and I'll just leave that there, I don't want to create a bigger issue, they were...
You ain't just chilling with Smiley, is you?
Super excited. They shared the picture, and then the fans shared the picture, and now the groupthink of the Slop Man has everyone back on board in terms of who is still on this side, and has everybody absolutely excited and stoked. They think that this really is going to amount to something, and they think that this is going to mean something, as now with everybody changing their pictures to what they think is the cover art, they're assuming that Drake is about to drop and that things are about to go crazy, as they are all on the same page with what they are doing here. And even outside of the people that work for Drake and keep them on a strange payroll, or people that wish they were on Drake's payroll, the OVO merchants who love Drake more than they love themselves, their own careers, and their own personal lives are starting to follow suit as well, as with Johnny Manziel. He just changed his profile picture to this exact same image, and I'm sure Kevin Durant would have done the same thing if he had not gotten packed up for being the absolute loser that he is on social media, where ever since he has been moving quieter and quieter on the timeline to avoid another controversy like that. And with everything we have seen there, have you lost it yet? What right now the assumption and understanding is with this image that all the Iceman slot men have shared and put as their profile picture in this united effort to show that they are working on something and that something is actually going to come eventually? Well, is that this is the Iceman album artwork, or I should just say the cover art, because I don't know if we can even call this thing an album, but I won't get into that yet. But for Drake's Iceman body of work, this is the image that they think Drake is going to be using for the project, which I guess if we're going to indulge in this, which hey, we're here, that does change the way that Drake and everybody else has been framing the term of ice, because while at first, Drake was focusing on frozen water and the aspects of that, and everything around the rollout was reflecting that, from the earlier artwork and all the images supporting the
I don't know if y'all know the freezing is 30 is over 32 degrees. So it's like 33 degrees.
To Drake hanging out inside of a refrigerator back in episode 1. I mean, overall, seeing now that we're talking about concept or something, is there something else at play? And if you're a Drake fan, you may be wondering that and trying to speculate what this means and how Drake thought this through and how this was always the plan. But you know what? I just love watching this roll out more, because it seems like all of my theories and all my ideas are just getting more validated, just like so many other people who are not delusional are as well. Because you know what all this shows? It's that Drake just never had a plan, and probably still doesn't. Because really, let's just break this down for a second. Well, if you saw what I had to say in my last video and what others have been saying for a little while as well, I'm under the belief, just like others are, and this is confirming it to me all the more, that Iceman is not and has never been a real album. And everything we've been seeing with this rollout and all of the hype and anticipation that Drake has tried to create all the way until this very moment right here, with it's been a glorified bargaining tactic and way to try and his image, likeness, and musical future in this time where he has been beefing and standing off with his label, UMG, in a time where he has been in a renegotiation phase ever since 2024. And I mean, as the guy is still in all of these legal issues and his career has been in the hole that it is, he has still been in absolute shambles and trouble, which means that he is in a very bad place with them in terms of the fact that he does not have a new deal or anything on the horizon sorted out clearly. And so even if the Drake affiliates don't know this and they think that Drake is actually coming with something, what we are seeing with all of these OVO slopmen, they posting this cover, which I guess what I'll say about it, if you're wondering my thoughts, is that while it's not as bad looking as Honestly Nevermind for all the dogs and CLB's covers, it's somehow more lazy and more unmemorable than them, as it does just feel like a lamer, watered down, and AI slop version of the cover that Drake and Future used for their collab album, What a Time to Be Alive. And that's about as good as I can say for this cover. If this is what Drake is bringing to the table, even in terms of the presentation of the most important record he's ever going to release, he is cooked just from the presentation alone. But again, here is where, for the Drake fans, if you are still here, you're not going to want to be. But like, we have to get serious. I just want to have a talk with you guys, person to person, and just seriously ask, when does the self-respect start? When does the self-care start? Because, and I am being 100% serious and sincere when I say this. Actually, I'm lying. I'm not being sincere. But are B-list OVO members vague posting cover art and then this clue that they are all getting ready to drop Iceman together enough to get you all excited all over again, when you know when it comes to Friday night, nothing is going to be up on your platforms?
Selling your car? Get in, get out, and get paid at
platforms. Because, like, seriously, you guys have been lying to so much. I saw the timeline, I saw so many fans changing their profile pictures, so clearly it did work on a big group of OVO fans. But, like, you've done this exercise before. You've done this very bait and switch, promise and never deliver method to try and just keep Drake's name relevant, and I'm wondering how you guys have not figured it out. And if you don't understand what I'm saying, I'll just spell it out to you. How have you not figured out that Drake is giving you an album cover before he even ever comes close to giving you an album? And I'll just say that in simpler terms, how is Drake giving you an album cover before he's even made the album? Because seriously, when you think about OVO is sharing real cover arts and yet there's no Iceman project, That's like an insane grift to pull off. To really fake an album rollout, it's one of the most insane things that we have ever seen in hip hop history. And I can't wait to talk about this. It's serious. It's becoming more and more obvious, even with stuff like this, which again just feels like a tactic to try and save the rollout however it can possibly be done now. That, well, as Tony Soprano says, was it ever even real? And the question and answer to that, we are finding more and more on every day with clown stuff like this. And the answer is so clearly and astounding no. Drake does not have an album figured out, ready, designed, or anywhere near released and actually conceptualized. And it's just clear at this point that this entire rollout that we have been seeing is a bait and switch and a game of lies and a game of the worst things that you have ever absolutely seen. And if that is what Drake is going to bring to the table, which is absolutely nothing, I guess that's why from last week to this week, Academics probably did not get DoorDash for the day because he is not the one making up lies and trying to act like the album has been destroyed or corrupted. And instead now, instead of getting the Dog Ate My Homeworkification of the album, we are seeing the excuses for the role